Are you feeling uncomfortable and unbalanced in the saddle, or do you just want to improve your riding position overall? I'm going to share 6 easy exercises you can use to improve your riding posture. This first exercise is designed to help you have the correct hand and arm position and even help you sit up straighter. The correct way to hold your reins is by keeping your thumbs up on top of your rein. Not only does it allow you to effectively communicate with your horse, it's even going to assist with having the correct arm position where your arms are going to be by your side, your shoulders back, and you're sitting up. When you start to get like this with your reins, that's when your elbows start to go out and you may even start to slouch in your shoulders. For this exercise, you're going to need a riding crop or even like a popsicle stick. As you hold your reins, you're going to hold the riding crop or the stick in between your reins, your thumbs on top of the riding crop. With this riding crop, you're not going to be able to turn your hands in. So I like to ride around and do this and just let my hands get the muscle memory of holding the crop and carrying my thumbs upright as they should be. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to try it at a trot. Oh, it's hard to steer. This next exercise is designed to help you keep your shoulders back and your balance over the horse as you ride. Before you try it, I highly recommend desensitizing your horse to the riding crop all over their body, as well as have a second person around who can either lead you or lunge you on your horse. The reason for this is because you're not going to have as much control as you usually would have riding. What you're going to do is just weave your riding crop in between your elbows and your back. That's why it's important to desensitize. If you drop this on your horse, you don't want them to freak out. So this does limit your movement and control. So this is where you'd have someone lead you around. This exercise is simply designed to help you create the muscle memory of keeping your shoulders back. You don't want to arch your back while doing this because that's not correct riding posture. You want to keep your back straight and just really focus on where your shoulders are. They're rolled back and down, and so that is the correct shoulder position. Now, correct riding posture does not mean your arms should be like this. This is just so you can get the feeling of where your shoulders should be. What I like to do is, now that I've done that exercise, I know how it should feel. So if at any time I feel myself starting to hunch or get my shoulders down, I can just go back into that position real quick and just remind myself of what it felt like, so then I can return back to the right position. This next exercise is all about loosening up your legs so you can have the correct riding posture. A lot of posture problems come from tightness through the thigh and the knee. When your knees are tight, not only do you not have control of your lower leg, it also causes you to pitch forward in the saddle. So what you want is you want to be really loose and long through your leg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knee and I'm gonna stretch it as far away from the saddle as I can. And so you're really gonna feel a burn through your hips as your hips open out. And I'm just doing this at a standstill to start, but I'm keeping my foot in the stirrup, just really secure as it would be, but I'm just stretching through here. And I'm just gonna hold this as long as I can, and then I can relax back down gently against the saddle. It's one of those things where once you get the feel of it, it's a great tool to have when you're riding and you feel yourself start to pinch. I'll just really quick do this exercise and stretch my legs back and then relax them back down. That way I know I'm putting myself back in the right spot. So here we're just doing it at a walk, and so if I feel my legs start to get tight, I'll just go into the stretch, and you may not be able to see it, but I can feel it, where I'm pulling my knees as far away as I can, and then I'll lay my legs back down. Oh, and I got a cramp in my butt. That's a good sign I haven't done this enough. For this next exercise, we are kicking it old school. This is designed to help you stabilize your lower leg as you ride. Just a note, I would highly recommend trying the previous exercise before you try this, just because bringing your knee off the saddle and not pinching with it can do a lot for a swinging lower leg. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna use yarn, and we're actually gonna tie our stirrups to the girth. For this, you always wanna use yarn. Never, 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 never use twine or wire. If you get in a bind and you fall off, you're not gonna be able to get your stirrup away from the girth, so you wanna use yarn that can easily break. So I've weaved my yarn between my stirrup and my girth, and I'm gonna tie it. And I always like to leave a few inches of wiggle room. Your leg is supposed to move a little bit with the horse, so I want that ability. So there we go. So my lower leg feels nice and secure right now as I ride. This is something you can do at a walk, trot, canter, even over jumps. This is also good for developing like more subtle cues with your leg, where I don't need my leg swinging all over the place. With me, I have the hardest time with the canter, keeping my leg still, so I'm gonna try it. This next exercise is more of a game and it's created to help you and your horse move forward with confidence. If you've ever gone through riding lessons, you've probably always been told to keep your eyes up. It's easy to look down and get focused on things in front of your horse. So when I look down, my shoulders automatically kind of assume a hunched position and I even kind of pitch forward a little bit in the saddle. So that's going to throw my balance off. Another thing that happens is when you're looking down, your horse can feel you looking down. Say you're coming up to a jump and you're looking at a jump. The horse is like, well, why are they looking at a jump? Maybe I need to be looking at the jump and I need to be worried. And so that's where you get a lot of stops at jumps. To communicate confidence to your horse, you want to be sitting up and looking ahead. This game is called I Spy, and what it does is as you're riding your horse or coming to a jump, find an object in the distance that you can start describing out loud. This is fun to do with the second person so you can describe the object to them. So I see an evergreen tree that looks kind of blue and it's very tall. So that way I had to continue to look at it as I was riding. To have good posture both in and out of the saddle, you first need to have good core strength. So this exercise here is great for developing your core and balance on your horse. You can start at a standstill and you just stand up in your stirrups and you're just gonna hold yourself up like this as long as possible. After that, you can move to a walk, trot, or you could even try it at a canter. Let's see if I can do it at a, oh no! Let me do this at a walk. Oh, see guys, I'm not that great at this because I haven't practiced it in a long time. I remember when I first started riding, I couldn't do this at all. So this is, whoa! Definitely something you develop over time. So if you can't do this in the saddle, you can always start on the ground with other ab exercises. I have an online course that teaches you how to control your horse on the ground so that you can feel more confident in the saddle. This course is called How to Gain and Maintain Your Horse's Respect Through Groundwork, and you can go to shop.equinehelper.com or click the link in the description to learn more.